Hello, children, greetings and good wishes. Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation, under the Naipunya Vikasam Functional English and Life Skills Program, in collaboration with SchoolNet India Private Limited, proudly presents the 8th module of Class 10, which is Informal Telephone Conversation. This is Harika, your functional English and life skills trainer, currently working at AP Balayogi Gurukulam, New Aragalanu, Pedatadepalli of West Godavari district. In today's presentation, you would be familiarized with informal telephone conversation, which is part of the 8th module of class 10. Children, in your earlier classes, you have been familiarized with topics like communication and communication skills. Today's presentation, which is informal telephone conversation, is indeed an extension to the topic communication. In this presentation, you will learn what is telephone conversation, what is the meaning of informal telephone conversation, what are the different types of telephone conversation, what are the differences between formal and informal telephone conversations, examples of formal and informal expressions used in telephone conversations, and finally, illustration of informal telephone conversation based on your textbook. So, let's go to our first slide. What is telephone conversation? A telephone conversation is the transmission of a message through phone that can be either formal or informal. What is the meaning of informal telephone conversation? Generally, an informal conversation is that conversation which is not formal. In other words, informal conversation is a conversation generally with friends, family, or close acquaintances. Differences between formal and informal conversation. Formal conversation. A conversation either with officials or superiors or unknown or unfamiliar persons. On the other hand, an informal conversation is a conversation either with friends, relatives, or close acquaintances. Formal conversations are generally polite, focused, and precise, whereas informal conversations are generally casual and lengthy. In informal conversations, the language used does not have colloquialisms, contractions, or first person pronouns such as I or we. Whereas in an informal conversations, the language used is more casual, spontaneous, and may also find short form expressions. Examples of formal and informal expressions used in telephone conversation. Carefully examine these expressions. First one, formal. How do you do? Whereas the same expression in an informal conversation is spoken this way. What's up? Let's look at another expression. Formal. I appreciate your help. Whereas the same expression, I appreciate your help in an informal communication is spoken this way. Thanks a lot. Third one, formal. He has the ability to accomplish the job. Whereas the same expression in an informal communication is spoken this way. He can do the job. Fourth one, formal. I regret to inform you that it was my mistake. Whereas the same expression in an informal communication is spoken this way. I'm sorry, it was my mistake. Fifth one, formal. How are you doing? Whereas the same expression in an informal communication is spoken this way. What's going on? So, these examples make you clear that during informal conversations we use such expressions which are not formal. That means which sounds more casual. And during informal conversations, we generally tend to use short forms such as I apostrophe am instead of I am. From the next slide onwards, you would see illustrations with regard to informal communication between three friends or three close acquaintances, Lavanya, Suresh, and Rajesh. Lavanya. Hello, Rajesh. Hi, Lavanya. It's Rajesh. How is it going? Lavanya. Pretty good. Thanks. How about you? Lavanya. Hello, Rajesh. How are you? Is it okay to talk now? Rajesh. I am fine. Sure, glad it's Friday. Hey, is Suresh there? Lavanya. Yeah, hold on. I'll get him. Suresh? Rajesh is on the phone. Suresh. Hey Rajesh, what's up? Rajesh. Not much. Are you up for shopping this weekend? Suresh. What? There's a lot of background noise. I can barely hear you. Rajesh. Sorry about that. I am at the train station. I was wondering if you wanted to go shopping this weekend. I am heading up to Mountain Lake with some friends early tomorrow morning. Suresh. Oh, hang on a second. Let me just check with my wife to make sure we have no other plans. Rajesh. Sure. Suresh. Okay, she's given me the green light. Rajesh. Sweet. We'll pick you up at 6 tomorrow morning. Is that okay? Suresh. Yep. Do you need directions to my place? Rajesh. Oh, you still living in Gandhinagar near the community center? Suresh. Yeah, that's right. The yellow house number 30. Rajesh. Gotcha. I know how to get there. Suresh. Alright, see you tomorrow then. Rajesh. Okay. Take care, Suresh. Bye. Children, have you noticed that in the illustrations just shown to you, you had an idea of an informal telephone conversation between Lavanya, Rajesh, and Suresh. You also have noticed that the communication was so informal. It's so informal because it is between friends. You might have also noticed that during this entire conversation, expressions such as gotcha, which means got it, yeah, which means yes, and a few other expressions such as WhatsApp, ooh, okay, hang on a second, which means wait a second, are all used. Therefore, always keep in mind the following. An informal conversation is one between friends, close acquaintances, and not between superiors, officers, or bosses, and therefore need not always be serious, polite, and submissive. Instead, it can be more casual and free. During an informal conversation, it's perfectly fine to use expressions such as yeah, okay, what's up, gotcha, etc. So, gotcha? Got it? I hope this presentation made you understand the difference between formal and informal conversation and the situation where you need to be talking in an informal manner. Thank you.